Cars heading out onto track for the first moments of a 30-minute qualifying session led by a trio of LMGT3 cars, but the LMP2 prototypes are mixed in amongst them, and in fact Andre Lotterer first out in the orange and black EDEC Sport car in the Genesis Magma colours. Okay, look at the times. Esteban Masson and Théo Pourchaire in LMP2 in the 48 VDS Panis car and Algar Pro, both with a top sector time, and there they are. There's the colours of VDS Panis jumping the chicane. That lap won't count.
Scrubbed way too much speed anyway by that mistake, so that's the lap gone, and also quite a poor exit out of that final chicane, so a terrible run through there.
Ryan Hardwick in the LMGT3 Manthey first for Porsche. There he is, the pale blue car.
First offering to LMGT3 coming up. Matthias Besch leads the first group of LMP2s and TDS Racing number 29.
Hardwick getting held up a little bit by the Bend BMW car number 31.
Yeah, and he has the fastest middle sector of all as well, does Hardwick. A little bit of slipstream towards the end puts him first for now, and well out of the away from the dreaded knockout round zone.
So Alvaro Raban goes to the top, Lexus to the top. At the moment, Heart of Racing's Aston Martin second. We've got yellow flags coming right here. Someone's off, driver's right underneath the Dunlop Bridge.
But Ben Handley on his way down towards the final chicane, chicane.
And behind him, the purple of AO by TF. So Ben Handley at the moment is in
P6. He's P6, so he's safe for now, and he's going to definitely improve this lap as well.
But Alex
crosses line to go fastest overall, wow. So he's even safer than he was before.
I think the car in trouble is the 60 AMG.
Yes,
you're right.
It is, yeah. And we got a red flag.
Has that just left the pit lane? He has lost fuel, we're hearing.
Lost fuel or fuel pressure?
Well, yeah. Either way, it doesn't seem to be a big puddle of fuel underneath him.
Yeah, there is an issue, mate. We try to investigate.
It's an odd line that he's taken there. That's not. Has he got a puncture right rear? Has he completely delaminated the tyre on the right rear? Is that? No.
But he's in trouble.
Hey, he's got a flat right rear.
Well, there you
go. Yeah, because there's not a GT car now until you get almost down to the first chicane.
Top 12 go through. He's 9th at the moment. What can he do here? 28 comes through.
He's gone from 1.6 to 1.2 away, so he found 0.4 of a second 7th. On the fastest lap.
Yeah, so he did lose a lot of lap time in the Porsche curve section. As we now look at Masson coming towards the Ford chicane.
This is a quick lap for Esteban Masson.
Oh, twitchy.
Ben Handley improves, he goes second.
He might have had all four wheels outside the white line. The stewards will look at that.
P6 for Masson, he's safe at the moment.
Alex Quinn goes top for the 45 Algar Pro Racing group.
Have a look at Louis Delatraz. Second fastest, but quicker than his own previous best, and he goes to the top of the pile again.
Meanwhile, Luca Giotto is back out of the pit lane.
And TDS, the 29 car Matthias Besch, you're looking at him here, the blue and yellow machine. Those are... Yeah, Blomqvist is in trouble. AF Corsa, the gold and red, 183, just coming under the bridge right there at the bottom of your screen. That has just jumped up and, okay, why, Keats, for why?
There's a car stopped, I believe, in the first chicane, and there it is.
That's the 50, I think. The 150, rather. I think that's the 150. Yeah, the 183 had improved through to 11th. 4 minutes left on the clock. Excellent effort from Team WRT. In LMGT3, with 4 minutes still on the clock.
But why the celebration? Because an outlap is going to take more than 4 minutes.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Only 2 teams have made it into the Hyperpole sessions in LMGT3 with both cars, and it is United Autosports with McLaren celebrating their 30 years since they won, and the Vista AF Corsa squad.
But Team WRT do...
Okay, red flag, Ahmad, red flag. Session will not be resumed. Pole for you, mate. Pole position, 2 tenths in front. Well done, mate. We are in the pole. Good job, mega lap, mate. It was a mega lap.
It was a mega lap, but I can tell you now, that ain't pole position. You've got through to Hyperpole 1, and then it's going to be down to Valentino Rossi. to jump in after.
After Hyperpole 1, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So there's a long way to go still.
Well, there's the order. Team WRT in LMGT3 top the order, the 46 car, 356.875 ahead of the 27 Aston Martin of Heart of Racing, Multi First Forms 92 Porsche, a Codis ASP's Lexus TF Sports 81 Corvette, then the 88 Mustang from Proton Competition, the 193 Ziggo Sport Tempesta Ferrari. Who'd have had that on their bingo card for the top finishing Ferrari this evening? United Autosports get both of their McLarens in with the 59 in 8th. And then it's the two Vista AF Corsa cars and the second United car.
So here's how they finished in LMP2. AO by TF fastest by 1800s from the 23 of United. Algar Pro's 45 car third rather than their 25, which is often closer to the top. And the cut-off 12th place, CLX Pure Racing. They made it in from Proton's number 11 car on down. They didn't.
Hypercar qualifying has started. Please remind drivers to respect track limits.
21 hypercars head out around Circuit de la Sarthe, and they have 30 minutes to get into the top 12 times. That is all they need to do. They don't have to be fastest, they don't have to set the world on fire, although they're actually going to need to go like scalded cats because there's far too many cars ready to try and make it into the top 15, not the top 12.
Nick de Vries flying out there as the two Ferraris cross the line now.
And the third Ferrari, Yifei, the yellow car, a quarter of a second up nearly on them.
In the 323s for Yifei.
What a lap by Yifei there.
Yeah, so Yifei, 323.994, 3/10 up on Alessandro Pierguidi, and a further better part of a 10th up on Nick Nielsen. It's a Ferrari 1-2-3, then the BMW. Kevin Estre to second, gets the Porsche up there. Looks a different car here, doesn't it?
Here comes Mick Schumacher, the car sparking away as he comes into the Porsche curves. He knows he's lost a bit of time in the middle sector, and he's pushing for all his worth through the Porsche. There's been a spin here.
Yeah,
it's a sister car.
Sister car. And it's got a puncture or something because one of those wheels locked up. He's hit the wall, hasn't he? Double yellows.
So you have to back out of it. Double yellows, Mick Schumacher.
But were there double yellows before he passed the car?
Well, it happened right in front of him, didn't it? We saw it. We were riding on board with him.
But it's
the yellows out?
Yeah, it's the time it takes to relay that, and for the marshals to go, oh, something's happened behind us, and get the flags out.
Well, I sincerely hope for his case that fifth place stands as Felipe Nasser now exits the final corner. What's he going to do? 16th to 15th?
Well,
but was he caught in the double yellows?
He will have come through the double yellows, definitely.
That by the way, does shuffle. Let's have a look.
Watch the screen on the right.
And that's it, in that second left. That's how.
Watch
yellow there, and then the car passes.
I think he's just about going to be all right, is Mick Schumacher. Look at that. It punctured because of the spin?
No. I thought in the audio we could hear...
I think I could.
I thought I heard a tyre flapping. Dries Van Toor, is he going to get a lap? Currently last, 21st.
He does get a lap. He goes first. That's how you do it. 0
to hero. Well, only one has to count, but at least he made it count.
Half a second quicker than the rest of the field. That's delivering a message.
That's 1.8 seconds inside last year's pole position lap.
And it's doing it under immense pressure as well.
Which drops the Porsche Penske Motorsport number 4 out and puts the 7th Toyota on the bubble.
And both Astons are now out, so all the heroics of Marco Sorensen need to be repeated, but I don't think he's got the tyre left.
Albuquerque in the Cadillac 101 exits the final corner. P11 at the moment, goes P8. A better lap by him.
3:22.847 from Alex Lynn. It's Cadillac by 40 thousandths of a second.
Crikey.
At the back end of the 963 steps out. What's going to happen here?
Gets nothing.
Stays P16, does Felipe Nasser.
That was actually
enough.
4 thousandths slower than his previous best lap.
And Nick de Vries stays P15 as well. Robin Freins 14th at the moment, and he's on a slower lap anyway, but look at Stoffel Van Dorn.
Look at Van Dorn could put the Toyota out in qualifying here.
Well, he should do. Oh no, he's 6/10 away from safety.
He's 6/10 away from the pole position time.
So here's Frines as he exits. Okay. Frines exits. Hasn't been a great lap so far. 9/10 away. P6 for him. So he has been safe. But he's safe.
It's about the Toyota. Toyota's out! Marco Sorensen in the Aston Martin has bumped out the number 7 Toyota. Wow. What now? And we've still got the 2 Peugeots on quicker laps.
So back into...
Seismic shock, that historic
15.
livery.
Where did that come from?
Well, it came from the Dane train. It's back, baby. Now, Neil Jarni with not a better first sector, but a better second sector. He's got a long way to stretch. Checker flag is out. Not enough for NASA. 14th, it is enough.
It was a brilliant last sector.
Oh, my Lord. Guys, react to that with a little bit of a smile.
I can't believe that. And what a job from Brendan Hartley as well. For a moment, he was way behind Nick de Vries at the start of that session. I mean, he still only ends up P11, but at least he's through to Hyperpole 1 tomorrow.
And who would have had an Aston Martin beating a Toyota in qualifying on their bingo card?
Definitely not me.
But there's Alex Lynn, hot and Chavetti, but... yeah, produce the goods. 40 thousandths. Are we in for a fun time in qualifying and Hyperpole?
We know for the first time, with Hypercar at least, that these are genuine lap times. Oh, yes. Nothing to do with luck here. No. Alex Lynn in the Cadillac, they were the fastest car driver combo here today.
But the fastest lap of the session from Alex Lynn in Cadillac Hertz Team Jota's number 12 car from the 15 BMW, the 51 Ferrari, winners 2 years ago, and last year's World Championship driving lineup. Kevin Est setting the 4th fastest time using only 1 set of tyres. Sebastian Bourdais, who nearly claimed pole but was pipped by fractions by Kevin Est last year, finishing in 5th, but the signature time, 3 minutes 22.847. Last year's pole time, 3 minutes 24.63. So we are 1.8 seconds quicker already than last year's pole time.